Guys? Nick here. I just came to the conclusion today that I won't switch from the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And there's multiple reasons why. And yes, I'm going to the Ultra this year. Yes, I'm going to the 15 Pro Max. Whichever one's the top of the line one, I'm going to that one too. I'm waiting for it. I'm sure you guys are too. Be subscribed, thumbs up, be on the channel because we're going to cover that super in detail. Cannot wait for that. So be subscribed for that. But I want to tell you why. After trying all the latest Galaxies, the Pixels, tons of premium phones, I'm not going to single out any Android phone here. I'm just going to give some common names. But why typically I'm not going to switch 100% from this? All right, so the first reason is straight up just the build quality. So if you take a look at this phone right here, it just has really, really good build quality. Now, I find that the Galaxy S23 models are pretty close here, but because they went with aluminum and not stainless steel, the iPhone still retains its crown as the most premium feeling phone on the market. Same goes for a lot of other Android phones. They just don't use stainless steel, which does make these phones heavier, the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. But at the same time, just because of that alone, that extra weight, even though I like a lighter phone a lot of the time, a lot of people say this sounds like a brick. I'm into phones that feel high end. And if they go with like a titanium on the edges for the next one or anything like that, that's only going to further advance, how premium the iPhone feels. So yeah, just the feel in the hand, it just looks good. It feels good in the hand overall. It never really makes you feel like the phone is cheap. It feels like, yeah, I paid $1,200 for this or whatever, but it always feels that way all the time when I'm using this phone. If you have a 13 Pro, a 14 Pro, 11 Pro, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, any of those phones, let me know if you agree with that statement, because that's kind of how I've been feeling since they came out with the initial iPhone 11 Pro that really started this line of smartphones. But the next one is iMessage and stuff like that. So FaceTime, things like that. It's just hard to go away from that when everyone in your circle is using that. And for me, no one that I really talk to uses an Android phone anymore. I used to have multiple people that I talk to that use Android phones. I mean, personally, I know a lot of you guys, us on the channel, our community here, we do use Android phones, but I'm talking about in my personal life, a lot of people don't use it. Do you agree? How many people are using Apple around you, even though you want to specifically use maybe an Android phone or something or try something out? Or are they all just using iPhone? So using the FaceTime experience or even iMessage on here, it's sticky, man. Once you get into this stuff, once you start using everything, you kind of don't want to go away from using it. It's just really, it's a sticky platform. Like, it's good. So the next one is the battery life. Now, luckily this year, a lot of Android phones have been getting really good with their battery lives as well. But the iPhone, I don't know if you could see this, but look at it, just lasts and lasts. It just drains really slowly. Now, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is one of the least impressive of the past few Max phones. I found the 11 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max to be the kings of, the battery life experience, but this one still makes it a full day. And my capacity is still quite high based on my clean energy charging being on as well as good charging habits. But battery life have really good standby time and they actually drain pretty slowly in real usage. A lot of Android phones I've tried, they just drain a lot when you start using them. I also wanted to mention the software because the software on here just got updated yesterday to 16.4, and now you're going to be able to go ahead and do some customer betas, public betas, and developer betas as well. But yeah, it's just the software. The updates, the smooth consistency of it, it's just easy to use. It makes you don't have to think about your phone too much. You can get on with your life and it just works. And I don't know about you, but complexity just slows me down in my productivity, whereas simplicity, which is what I think the iPhone has some of the best of, keeps me more productive. Same goes for like Mac OS, although Windows 11 is getting really simplistic as well. But same goes for like Mac OS and Apple Watch and stuff like that. Just simple to use products makes your everyday, a little bit more productive, because even though we can multitask, I think we're better when we're in a state of flow instead of multitasking and doing multiple things at a time. As somebody who does video pretty regularly, every day mostly, and something I really love to do, as you see me posting here quite frequently, the video camera on the iPhone is just superb. I mean, we're recording this one right now. Let me see if I can get this on camera. We're recording this one right now on the iPhone 14 Pro of the 14 Pro Max. And I can tell you right now, man, the video quality is just superb on the iPhone 14 Pro. Like really, really good, as well as the iPhone 14 Pro Max. These cameras right here do really good in not only the macro mode, the video modes, the cinematic modes, and look at, they even have really good focus when you bring them close. And the thing is again, it goes back to complexity factor. I've tried phones that you can manually tweak everything like the Samsung Pro video modes and stuff like that. And it blows my mind that you can just open the iPhone and just have video that rivals cameras that are $2,000, $1,500, or you'll need a lens that's going to cost you several thousand to make a video that people will barely even notice the difference. It's no wonder why most people aren't buying cameras anymore. They're just sticking to the iPhone with these sets of cameras. They're freaking amazing. And one thing that's also improved is the microphones. You don't really even need a microphone on top of there unless you're trying to get really, really good audio, because the audio is already really good on the iPhones right out the gate. So you can actually see people going like this to catch some sound from interviews, and that's because their audio quality is good. Also, the 5G performance got better on these, and the phone call quality got so much better. And so for that reason, I don't really have a reason to go use a different phone, because some of my older iPhones really had trash reception and stuff like that. I used to talk about it a lot on this channel. And so for all of these reasons, I just really haven't been able to switch off, the 14 Pro Max. And I don't plan on it. I also appreciate that Apple's still using a flat screen. While they do have dynamic island, they have pretty thin bezels, and I do think the next iPhone is going to get even thinner bezels. In addition to that, airdropping between my Mac and this, phone makes the workflow more seamless as well when you are, video editing or you're doing anything, transferring files of any sort that you need to your computer for anything. Doesn't matter what you're doing for your work. Like it's amazing. Or even if it's not work, if you're just sending it off to somebody in an email attachment, you just need a file. It's so fast. It's so easy with AirDrop. I know we got quick share and stuff like that, but there's a few more little things you got to turn on and stuff. This is just super easy to use. And if there's anything else I would say, it's the resale value. The resale value on the iPhone 14 Pro Max definitely is super high. And that's something I really like. Same goes for the other iPhones as well. So for all of these reasons, it's just been tough. And I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. I'm not switching off the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So if you're wondering, what is my daily driver? This is one of them, along with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And sometimes I switch between the smaller S23s as well, the Plus and the S23s. They have been the two best phones I've tried so far. And that includes trying some of the, Chinese phones and things like that. So definitely, I gotta tell you, I'm not switching. So what do you guys think? Are you guys going to get an iPhone 14 Pro, 15 Pro, or 15 Ultra this year? And what do you want to see going forward when it comes to those devices? I also plan to come back with a iPhone 14 Plus update. They did come out with a yellow model, but we need to talk about what I've experienced so far with that one as well. So stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Nick here, and peace.